of performance? You want me to give a sharp critique of her strategy? I'll say it again, where exactly is N.A.N. Shui's strategy? Please tell me, what the hell is strategy? Damn it, what the hell is strategy? As soon as this sharp critique came out, it caused an uproar again. Holy crap, these connected female characters only knew that N.A.N. Shui had replaced the crown prince Shui Qing, but they didn't expect her to be so useless. For 20 years, she achieved nothing, kept making stupid mistakes, and did the most trashy things. Hot girl, if the light screen hadn't said it, I almost wouldn't have realized it. It's true, you should either kill all the other princes or behave well and not kill any of them. Hot girl, giving up all your advantages to infiltrate just for the sake of the throne, and the things you ended up doing just push the throne further and further away. Bing Bing is polite, so in the end, the throne went to Shui Bang. Hiding for 20 years, it was all useless. Bibi Dong, what a fool. Her heart isn't ruthless enough. She doesn't understand politics, and she didn't manage to recruit any connections. Bibi Dong, if I had known, I would have cancelled this plan directly, it's meaningless. Now almost 13 years have been wasted, and isn't it exposed now? And in the end, nothing. Bibi Dong, in my opinion, it's good that it was exposed. It saves us from wasting another 7 years there. Charming Fox, this plan is indeed somewhat incomprehensible. Calm and composed, aren't you all at Spirit Hall such fools? Don't worry, Bibi Dong. I will go tell Emperor Shui tomorrow during the day. If you have the guts, make this N.A.N. Shui get lost immediately. The only princess I also want to tell Emperor Shui. Emperor Shui will definitely believe my father. I am an orphan, damn it. Is it really impossible? Needle-tailed Swift, after watching for so long, I really feel like the people of Spirit Hall are all missing a bit of brainpower. Why is everyone as stupid as a pig? ... Spirit Hall. After reading this sharp critique, Bibi Dong threw the scepter in her hand to the ground in anger and cursed on the spot. She is a fool to the extreme. I thought she was doing so well in the Heaven-Do Empire. I didn't expect her to have accomplished nothing. When eliminating competitors, either don't do it, or do it to the end. What kind of nonsense is doing it halfway? In the end, didn't the throne go to this Shui Bang? And talking about recruiting connections, recruit my ass. After working for more than a decade, now you tell me she just spent more than a decade being a man. And didn't do anything. What a fool, truly the stupidest bloodline of the angel family. If it weren't for the fact that Bibi Dong couldn't see N.A.N. Shui, she would really want to give N.A.N. Shui a good lesson right now. ... Heaven-Do Empire Crown Prince's bedchamber. N.A.N. Shui was also visibly tearful from the insults. Looking at the sharp critique on the light screen and the mockery of herself in the various comments, she really found it hard to bear. And what was most critical was that the light screen was right. Thinking about it carefully now, she had indeed been infiltrating here for nearly 13 years and hadn't accomplished anything. Having killed 2 princes, Emperor Shui would naturally suspect me. And Shui Bang, whom I didn't kill, would take my throne away. Damn it, am I really this stupid? Could it be that I am simply not suited for political struggles? With a brain like mine, if it weren't for the protection of 2 titled Duluo, I'm afraid. Hey. In the end, N.A.N. Shui could only mock herself continuously. Seeing this, even without seeing what would happen next, she already had a general idea. Perhaps, she really wasn't suited for this task. Grandfather, Bibi Dong. This mission, no matter what, cannot continue. After watching the light screen, the only way is to return to Spirit Hall, accept the Angel Legacy, and resolve N.A.N. and the others as soon as possible. That is the righteous path. Grandfather, I'm sorry. Chapter 64, Blaming Bibi Dong for your own stupidity. N.A.N. Shui lets N.A.N. go time and again. ... In the light screen. The previous sharp critique, although it had already fully exposed N.A.N. Shui's intelligence and let everyone see this stupid trash, in reality, there are still so many actual problems, it's unimaginable. Regarding strategy, I shall tentatively rate the attribute N.A.N. Shui possesses as negative. I also don't know if N.A.N. Shui, with this kind of IQ, can understand the concept of negative numbers in 7th grade math. After all, looking at her brain, it should only be comparable to an elementary school student. In these 20 years of planning, what exactly has N.A.N. Shui done? The answer is, she accomplished nothing, she did nothing. Then, when it comes to the stage of imminent failure, what exactly is the failure? Is it external interference, or is it her own brain-dead behavior? To be precise, it's both. In the 20th year of N.A.N. Shui's plan, Bibi Dong was already preparing to conquer the world, so she asked N.A.N. Shui to speed up and use some slow-acting poison to kill Emperor Shui. Once he's poisoned to death, wouldn't the position of Crown Prince directly become yours? N.A.N. Shui was immediately unhappy. She just wanted to rely on her literary and military strategies to defeat Shui Bang, and then slowly obtain the throne from Shui. No, what kind of literary and military strategy do you even have? 20 years, you haven't even won over a single noble family of officials, and you claim to have literary and military strategy. N.A.N. Shui had no choice but to follow orders and let Porcupine Fish Duluo poison Shui. And damn it, it was still a slow-acting poison. A slow-acting poison is one thing, but it wasn't even the kind that takes 10 days or half a month, but a slow-acting poison that would drag on for at least several months. You still need to poison him. You might as well put more high oil, high salt, and high sugar food into Shui's diet, give him the 3 highs, and in these 20 years, he might have died long ago, and you wouldn't have been in any danger at all. Consequently, such a slow-acting poison naturally gave Shui Bang and Prince Shui Xing time to react, and then they invited Du Gubo to detoxify, and invited N.A.N. to detoxify. In the end, this damn slow-acting poison hadn't even killed anyone yet, and Shui was taken away, finally passing the throne to Shui Bang, making Shui Bang the successor. And at this critical node where the poisoning was exposed, you don't even want to delay for a while. You just self-detonated directly. Shui isn't even dead yet. Celebrating before the halftime is over. Fine. Even if you were thinking that as long as you deal with Tang San and the others, it will be fine, do you need to expose your identity? Do you need to tell Tang San that you are a fake crown prince? Fine, I'll find another excuse for you. Let's just say you wanted to win over Tang San too much, and wanted to recruit Tang San to Spirit Hall. And looking at it, you've taken a bit of a liking to Tang San, right? Just like that idiot Juliana. You don't even think about it. Tang San has a blue silver grass spirit and a clear sky hammer spirit. His father already wreaked havoc in Spirit Hall during the finals. Such a son of Tang Hao is undoubtedly a mortal enemy of Spirit Hall. Your father was seriously injured by him. Not to mention, when you want to unify the continent, you still have to destroy the Clear Sky sect. Someone like this, who has no angle that fits with your Spirit Hall even after a 360-degree turn, you want to recruit him. And it was at the critical moment when Emperor Shui Yi was on the verge of death, at the moment of a single thought, that you recruited him instead of killing him to stabilize the situation. N.A.N. Shui, I think it's because you haven't dated in nearly 30 years that you're acting like you're in heat. Seeing that Tang San is handsome, you want to throw yourself at him. What was the final result? At first, you tried to recruit Tang San refused, and you even wanted to fight Tang San yourself instead of letting the two-titled Duluo finish him off instantly. Can't you use your brain? Do you want to be safe or not? Do you want to take risks or advance steadily? BB Dong asked you to poison Emperor Shui Yi, and you thought it was too reckless and not safe. Now, when dealing with Tang San, you let your titled Duluo finish him off instantly, and you say you want to challenge him and not be safe. At what age did you start having these schizophrenic symptoms? Have you been to a hospital and seen a psychiatrist? Oh, when dealing with Emperor Shui Yi, you can't be in a rush. When dealing with Emperor Shui Yi, you can't be in a rush. When dealing with Tang San, you have to take it slow. And then what? Two titled Duluo can't beat Dugubo and one spirit Duluo, Young Woody. I can't even understand it. You had already walked 99 steps, and were only one step away. How can you make mistakes, retreating time and again? Even if your IQ had come online for just 1 second, this incident wouldn't have had any accidents. But the difficulty lies in the fact that every action and every choice you made was wrong. Are you sure you didn't know the correct answer and deliberately chose the wrong one, just because you wanted Tang San to kill you all? Are you naturally a masochist? And in the end, Emperor Shui Yi was rescued. You, an angel god successor, plus two titled Duluo, couldn't beat Dugubo and Yang Woody, just 3 people. Fine. I really suspect that those two titled Duluo's strength weakened because they followed you, that they couldn't even win this. Later, when your mission failed, you even went to blame BB Dong for urging you. Damn it, I really have to say something for BB Dong regarding this matter. If she didn't urge you, were you going to wait a few more years for Emperor Shui Yi to slowly pass the throne to you? If you wait a few more years, Tang San will have become a god, and you won't even have started your god trial. What's the point of you getting this throne? Are you going to become the king of the Heaven Do Empire and become the real Shui Qing after Spirit Hall is destroyed by Tang San later, completely ceasing to be N.A.N. Shui? At every moment, I can't understand what you people in Spirit Hall are thinking. Everyone shouts about wanting to conquer the world, but not a single one is walking on the path to conquer the world. Sigh, is this Tang Syndrome? If so, then I'll restrain myself a bit. Although everyone couldn't understand what Tang Syndrome meant, it sounded like it wasn't a good thing. Looking at the light screen one by one, looking at the characters being sharply criticized, they all felt a bit scalp-numbing and nervous. Good heavens, this sharp critique was unimaginably long, and the way it scolded N.A.N. Shui was so vicious. There was no help for it. They had seen stupid people, but never anyone this stupid. It was truly stupid to the point of being an art form, completely a miracle in the world of IQ, and an important specimen in human history. Bing Bing is polite, it's too terrifying. How can this sharp critic speak so aggressively? The scolding made my blood boil, I couldn't help but immerse myself in it. Hot girl, yeah, it's too fierce. It's over 1,000 words, and not a single sentence is repeated. It's just that I don't understand some of the terms, like 7th grade, Tang Syndrome. Needle-tailed swift, but what they said makes sense, every sentence is very profound. This N.A.N. Shui, just watching the sharp critique on the light screen, I feel like there's something wrong with her brain. Chapter 65. The coup failed, you did nothing. You could have started a civil war. Needle-tailed swift, does this person even want to rule the world? Why does every step she takes lead away from the righteous path? Needle-tailed swift, I'm starting to suspect, does this N.A.N. Shui have a grudge against Spirit Hall? Is that why she wants to use Tang San's hands to destroy Spirit Hall? Hot girl, if she had a grudge, why would she want to become a god to deal with Tang San, and even get her own grandfather killed? Needle-tailed swift, that's simple, she has a grudge against her grandfather too. Bing Bing is polite, damn. That's actually possible, otherwise, how do you explain them sabotaging each other one by one? The only princess luckily N.A.N. Shui is an idiot, otherwise she might have actually become emperor, and we would all be finished. Meow meow meow, Star Luo Empire doesn't have an inside agent like this, right? Is Dai Mubai's brother BB Dong's daughter? Most loyal believer of the sea god, could it be that the Qian family bloodline has a problem? Qian Daliu didn't look very smart back then. Every time he fought Tang Chen, he didn't think of using his aerial advantage to fight a guerrilla war, but instead faced Tang Chen head-on. Most loyal believer of the sea god, and as mentioned before, Qian Zunji, he even forced himself on BB Dong. To keep BB Dong from being with Yu Shaogang, he chose force. Most loyal believer of the sea god and this N.A.N. Shui, even if she had taken one step on a normal path, she could have dealt with Tang San, and Spirit Hall would have won. Most loyal believer of the sea god, I can't understand. Luckily I didn't like Qian Daliu back then, otherwise I'm afraid my IQ would have been affected too. Hot girl, oh, there's a hidden secret. Did Senior have a messy relationship with Qian Daliu? The only princess, it must be that the angel bloodline is problematic, powerful strength, but low intelligence. I told you, this world definitely cannot be ruled by Spirit Hall. Bing Bing is polite. In the future, I'll stay far away from anyone with the surname N.A.N. I'm afraid my IQ will be affected. And the N.A.N, I need to stay away from him too, he's too disgusting. As things stand, almost everyone has begun to conclude that the IQ of N.A.N and the others is indeed problematic, and it is an extremely obvious problem. Spirit Hall. BB Dong looked at the sharp criticism on the light screen, almost suffocated from anger. N.A.N, you idiot. How can you be so stupid? You are simply even stupider than your grandfather. I really want to fly over there right now and beat you up. You. BB Dong pointed at the light screen, trembling all over, so angry that she couldn't even speak. Her current emotional state was just like when she was criticized and had her scandals exposed back then. Even at that time, it was just pure distress and anger. But now, what BB Dong felt in her heart was endless despair. God, how can there be such a teammate? No wonder our Spirit Hall is destined to fail in the future. I actually like that piece of trash Yu Xiaogang. Nana also likes N.A.N, and time and again has intentionally or unintentionally helped N.A.N. And this brain-dead N.A.N, not to mention liking N.A.N, her brain itself has problems. Why are the three of us all? Is this a curse? Damn it. BB Dong pointed at the light screen and cursed on the spot. I reminded her to use poison, to speed things up, to inherit the throne sooner. In the end, it failed, and she still blames me. Just as the light screen said, you did nothing for 20 years. Do you want to keep waiting for Shui Yi to die of old age naturally? How many more years do you want to wait? Shui Yi is at least a spirit master, can he die that fast? Can he let you inherit the throne that early? By the time you inherit the throne, N.A.N will have become a god and blown up Spirit Hall. You damn it, you didn't kill Shui Yi at the critical moment, and in the end, Shui Yi was rescued, and you blamed me. N.A.N, you truly have the filthy angel bloodline, your whole family are idiots. BB Dong was almost driven mad with anger. How could she have such a daughter? With such a teammate, it would be strange if the future plan didn't fail. Heaven Do Empire, Crown Prince's bedroom. N.A.N was equally dumbfounded, unable to accept it. She never imagined that she could do so many stupid things in the future. Now she didn't know how to refute it. N.A.N could only cry in inferiority, continuously slapping her own face. How could it be like this? How could it be like this? Could it be that the bloodline of our N.A.N family really has a problem? Could it be that it really affects our IQ? Grandfather, woo. N.A.N, who had never received setback education, simply couldn't take it and could only cry like an idiot here. What's the use of crying? Can crying make the plan succeed? She looked at the light screen. The light screen's judgment of her was far from over. Inside the light screen. Actually, if you think about it carefully, does BB Dong have a problem in this matter? To be precise, there's a bit of a problem. Why did you urge N.A.N to use slow-acting poison? Why didn't you let N.A.N just poison Shui Yi to death directly? BB Dong is still not aggressive enough. She cannot suppress the stupid bloodline of the N.A.N family. Not to mention N.A.N's later move, forcing the palace after the matter was exposed. Do you understand what forcing the palace means? With two titled Duluo in hand, when there's a problem, can't you just kill Shui Yi? Don't tell me you'll be restrained. Du Gubo is a titled Duluo, that restrains one. Yang Wudi is just a spirit Duluo, but relying on his strongest attack, he can face a titled Duluo head-on. His attribute points are all put into attack, he can't possibly control your titled Duluo too, right? Can't you have a titled Duluo rush towards Shui Yi and unleash a big ultimate move? Wouldn't Shui Yi be dead then? And, at the very worst, after Shui Yi was rescued, you just gave up. You didn't do anything, and returned to Spirit Hall. Idiot, you are the Crown Prince. Shui Yi is still unconscious, and you are still the Crown Prince. Can't you change back into the appearance of Shui Cheng, take the two titled Duluo, and continue the pursuit? Or can't you just announce to the world that N.A.N and the others are rebels, and then send troops to hunt them down? You say the military power is in General Zheilong's hands. Zheilong is close to Shui Bang. Is the army the kind of toy you can summon and dismiss at will? You take the portion of troops that are loyal to you and kill them directly, claim the throne yourself, then finish off Shui Yi. In the end, wouldn't the throne still be yours? No matter how capable Zheilong is, hundreds of thousands of troops can't just appear out of thin air. Did you go eat shit during that gap? A perfectly good hand of cards played into a mess. In the end, there were clearly a bunch of opportunities to remedy it. You are the legitimate Crown Prince. You have two titled Duluo. You also have part of the authority over the Imperial Guards. These soldiers in front even helped you block N.A.N and the others. You have Spirit Hall as your backing. One shout and you can call for support. Shui Yi was just rescued. He hadn't passed on the throne yet. He hadn't been cured yet. In such a gap, as long as you kill Shui Yi, the situation would instantly reverse. Immediately, N.A.N and the others would become rebels. Even if Zheilong and Shui Bang were dissatisfied, they would at most start a civil war in the empire with you. Even if a civil war started, it would be infinitely better than the future where Shui Bang leads the entire empire against Spirit Hall. And what did you do, N.A.N? You chose to do nothing, returned to Spirit Hall, went to blame BB Dong, and scolded her for being too hasty. Although BB Dong is also an idiot, if I were BB Dong, I would really want to slap you to death. Chapter 66, Not Killing N.A.N even after becoming a god. N.A.N is truly a simp. Bing Bing is polite good. Well scolded. Refreshing. I feel like my IQ has been raised a bit. Charming Fox, then your IQ doesn't seem very high. This light screen makes it sound simple, but in reality, it takes effort to actually put it into practice. Bing Bing is polite, that's still infinitely better than doing nothing, right? After this Jian Runshui failed, she just left without caring about anything. She clearly still had a chance to turn the tables, but in the end, she didn't do a thing. Calm and composed with Bibi Dong's bloodline, what else do you expect? It's already not bad that she can take care of herself. Bibi Dong fart, this is the bloodline of their angel family, what does it have to do with me? Bibi Dong, their Jian family are all idiots. If it weren't for the Jian family blocking me, I would have unified the continent long ago. The only princess, then it's fortunate that the Jian family stopped you. Otherwise, this world would have suffered. Bibi Dong, you aren't any better. Needle-tailed Swift, the Tang clan is no good. Spirit Hall is no good either. It's best if you all perish together. Hot girl, I wonder if this Jian Runshui can see the sharp commentary on the light screen. After reading it, she would definitely be angered to death, right? ... Heaven-Do Empire, Crown Prince's bedroom. Jian Runshui looked at the light screen, only able to mock herself. Angered to death. Do I even have the qualifications to express anger? Although I really don't want to admit it, the light screen is right. I am too stupid, and I have absolutely no political savvy. For me, it would have been better to just honestly cultivate 13 years of accumulation, and now it tells me that everything was meaningless. Grandfather, you were wrong, and I was wrong too. This plan of ours had no reason to exist at all. At this moment, Jian Runshui had been completely crushed to the point of having nothing to say. Her entire person was far from the spirit she had once possessed. Truth be told, even if the content exposed on the light screen wasn't seen by others, Jian Runshui wouldn't dare to execute the plan anymore. Because this plan was something completely thought up by an idiot. ... Spirit Hall, Pope's Palace. Bibi Dong looked at the last sentence of the sharp commentary on the light screen, and she couldn't help but get excited. Well said. I originally thought this commentator was targeting me, but I didn't expect it to be quite fair. Right, if others were me, they would have beaten Jian Runshui up a long time ago. How can there be such a stupid person? The commentator, if there is a chance to meet, I must thank him properly. Objectively speaking, his sharp commentary allowed me to escape the sea of suffering, and even ensured that Xiaoshui's plan didn't waste another 7 years. Even N.A.N now only has killing intent toward Tang San. It's impossible for her to like him anymore. Although we have both lost face, regardless, these sharp comments are correct and useful. At this moment, thanks to Song Yi speaking from her perspective, Bibi Dong finally developed a great interest in the commentator. If the commentator was still on the Duluo continent, perhaps she could win him over. And on the light screen, the sharp commentary on Jian Runshui was far from over. ... Let's say that much about the politics. There's also a series of subsequent performances by Jian Runshui that must be mentioned. Although I am only critiquing Jian Runshui's strategy, I still want to talk about how Jian Runshui eventually became a sim for Tang San. After the coup failed, Jian Runshui used this opportunity to break with Bibi Dong, while also seizing the power to control the Elder Palace and the Duluo Palace, becoming the ruling elder of Spirit Hall and no longer interfering in the affairs of Spirit Hall. Afterward, Jian Runshui knelt in the Duluo Palace for 108 days without eating or drinking, opening the Angel 9 trials and becoming the successor of the Angel God. In the 6 years that followed, Jian Runshui completed 8 trials with the help of Jian Daliu. When Jian Runshui was 35 years old, at the time when the Heaven-Do Empire defeated Spirit Hall at Zhaoling Pass, Jian Daliu sacrificed himself to open the path to godhood for Jian Runshui. Before he died, he told Jian Runshui part of the truth about Bibi Dong and Jian Zunji, so that Jian Runshui would not be distracted by his death. The hatred for Bibi Dong, the reverence for Jian Daliu, and the admiration for Tang San, these 3 obsessions helped Jian Runshui complete the path to godhood, inherit the Angel God position, and become a level 1 divinity, the Angel God. Speaking of this stupid legacy, I'm speechless. Jian Daliu, couldn't you have died later? Why not take advantage of the non-time trials to help Bibi Dong conquer the land with Jian Runshui? If you really couldn't stand Bibi Dong, couldn't you just wait until you ruled the Duluo continent and then kill Bibi Dong together? Otherwise, after Bibi Dong became the Rakshasa God, and then killed Jian Daliu, Jian Runshui would become the Angel God, who counters the Rakshasa God. Wouldn't there still be a chance? Anything would be 1,000 times better than letting Tang San win in the end. And in the final trial to become a god, after killing Jian Daliu, Jian Runshui's heart demon completely became Tang San. During the trial, she even had to do those kinds of things to seduce Tang San. Jian Runshui acted like a dog, seducing him in all sorts of alluring ways, completely becoming, forget it, I can't say it, lest I get banned. But you all understand the meaning, right? This is also called a trial. No, it's bad enough that you, the Angel God, didn't give Jian Runshui any benefits, but you had to torture your own successor like this. Angel God, do you not like Jian Runshui either? Finally, after becoming a god, you think Jian Runshui can defeat Tang San and unify the Duluo continent? No, on the contrary, after becoming a god, it's even easier to see Jian Runshui's stupidity and idiocy. After this guy became a god, she let Tang San go time and time again, letting Tang San escape time and time again, and in the end, she lived and raised Tang San to godhood. Just like this, I would believe it if you said Jian Runshui was a mole sent by the Tang clan. Speaking of this, Song Yi paused unconsciously because he almost felt like vomiting. And Jian Runshui and Bibi Dong themselves, seeing this, were even more unable to believe it. There was such a thing. Even after becoming a god, she had to continue raising Tang San. Is she sick? ... Spirit Hall, Pope's Palace. Bibi Dong's eyes twitched, and she gritted her teeth. Good, very good. Even after becoming a god, you have to let Tang San go. Let Tang San become a god too. First becoming a god to lead the next to become a god. Jian Runshui, you bastard. Originally, because of our bloodline connection, I even had a slight thought of wanting to get along with you. Now it seems, it's completely unnecessary. It's one thing for you to come back and seize power, It's one thing to become a god. After becoming a god, you still have to let Tang-san go. A perfectly fine Tang-san, trained by you into the strongest enemy, you really are a bastard. Your angel family, I will never dare to touch again. From now on, it is impossible for you and me to restore our mother-daughter relationship. I hit the jackpot of bad luck for 8 lifetimes by getting involved with you lot. Chapter 67, Guanyin Tear crushes Jian Runshui. Clearly, the slutty woman is going easy. Heaven Do Empire, Crown Prince's bedchamber. How is this possible? Seeing this, Jian Runshui finally couldn't believe it. When I was undergoing the legacy, I still had to act like a dog to seduce Tang-san, and I couldn't even describe it. From this, I can see to what extent I went. I became the most lewd dog among women. Damn it. Tang-san, how dare you humiliate me like this? Even if I die, I will never become your simp. And in the end, I actually let Tang-san go time and time again. I clearly knew Tang-san was my greatest enemy, yet I still had to let him go. Damn it, it must be because he corrupted my Dao heart. How could I like a man so much? At this moment, Jian Runshui was not only angry and feeling inferior, but she even felt a sense of fear. She muttered, could it be that because I disguised myself as a man for too long, I lacked male affection? That's why I fell for Tang-san. To put it bluntly, I've just been lonely for too long. Damn it. Even if my personality has developed issues, it is absolutely impossible for me to like Tang-san. At worst, I can find someone better, stronger, and more talented than Tang-san. To shift my simping away from Tang-san. As long as this person is not an enemy of Spirit Hall, then no matter what, it will be better than the original ending. That's right, at worst, I'll just find another man. Of course, it would be best if I could suppress this desire myself. At this moment, Jian Runshui knew that anger and inferiority were useless, she had to find a way to solve the problem. If she could suppress the desire in her heart, that would certainly be best. If she couldn't suppress it, she had to find a suitable man to serve as a vessel for her emotions before she fell for Tang-san. This way, as long as she didn't like Tang-san, the ending would improve, at the very worst, it wouldn't be such a tragic future. She continued watching the light screen, muttering, I insist on seeing exactly how I let Tang-san go. In the light screen. How did I let Tang-san go? First, let's see what this idiot actually did. It was letting the opponent go time and time again, being arrogant and slack time and time again. Going crazy and acting stupid time and time again. After Jian Runshui left the Elder Palace, she originally intended to go directly to Jialing Pass to take command of the Empire's army, but while passing through the Stardo Great Forest, she accidentally discovered Tang-san. So, this brain-dead Jian Runshui didn't choose to kill him, but instead chose to force Tang-san to compromise with her, in order to weaken her affection for him and make up for the flaw in her heart. Then, even though Jian Runshui offered terms that would put him on equal footing with her, Tang-san still refused to become a surrenderer. And afterwards, Jian Runshui's arrogance even allowed Tang-san to injure her with his spirit master body, and he suppressed her for a full 5 seconds. Even knowing that Tang-san still had a chance to deal with her, Jian Runshui still didn't care and was unwilling to kill Tang-san. Tang-san even proposed some kind of 1 stick of incense bet, seeing if he could protect himself from Jian Runshui for the time it takes for 1 stick of incense to burn, and if he could survive, she would have to let him go. Would a normal person agree to this? Of course not. It's just a pity that Jian Runshui's IQ isn't high enough to reach the level of a normal person. Jian Runshui thought she could win 100%, so she agreed to Tang-san's 1 stick of incense bet, and even maintained the attitude of a cat playing with a mouse throughout the battle. And the result of doing this was that Jian Runshui was pierced through the heart by 1 drop of Tang-san's Guanyin tear. Although she didn't die, she was severely injured. Even with the power of the angel god, it would take 3 days to reshape her heart. Good, this performance is truly excellent. Clearly knowing Tang-san is her greatest enemy, clearly knowing Tang-san can ruin her plans. Hey, I met Tang-san, but I just won't kill him, I'm just playing around. Do you think you're a clown, being so humorous? Fighting Tang-san earlier, and actually getting injured by Tang-san. Don't give me that nonsense about the god trial having Qian Dalu's help, so the angel god legacy wasn't complete. When you, Tang-san, were undergoing the god trial, didn't you rely on the Shrek 7 devils for help? Didn't you have Peerless Dulu Obo 6's help? The sea god even personally stepped in to help. Damn it, was Tang-san's legacy complete then? Only Jian Runshui's wasn't. To put it plainly, it's just that the angel god and Jian Runshui both have holes in their brains. Jian Runshui herself never took it seriously, that's why it happened. Now I suspect that the Jian family's lack of intelligence might have been inherited all the way from the angel god's lineage. Not to mention that Jian Runshui could actually agree to a 1 stick of incense bet. God, you really have become Tang-san's simp. You say you'll bet, so you bet, can't you just act like a normal person and kill your enemy? And even after agreeing to the bet, you didn't take it seriously, you wanted to play, you wanted to toy with him. In the end, the body of a god was pierced through the heart by 1 of Tang-san's hidden weapons techniques. My goodness, don't call it angel god anymore, call it kun god. Growing a few pairs of wings, yet not as smart as a chicken. Seriously injured and needing 3 days to recover, what was the result afterwards? Does it even need to be said? Of course, it's our little Shui's beloved little San, finally safe Tilda. Great Tilda little Shui protected her beloved again, and even provided little San with information on her skills, making it easier for little San to defeat her in the future Tilda. Allow me to vomit for a while. Seeing this, the audience members really felt disgusted. Bing Bing is polite, ew. Even the commentator is saying they want to vomit. This Jian Runshui, is she really human? Hot girl, although I still don't want Spirit Hall to rule the continent, the more I look at this Jian Runshui, the more awkward I feel, it creeps me out. So disgusting, so stupid. When I put myself in her shoes, I'm really about to explode with anger. Calm and composed, such a stupid daughter. Fine, I even feel a bit sorry for Bibi Dong. Bibi Dong, I won't scold you for this period of time. Forget it, thinking about it carefully, we are actually all victims under you shouting. Most loyal believer of the sea god. Wait, no, how come I see this critique mentioning the sea god? What the hell, Tang San is going to inherit the sea god position later. Most loyal believer of the sea god. No, how is this possible? Someone who isn't even from the Duluo continent. Someone so hypocritical and double standard. What right does he have to inherit the sea god's position? Most loyal believer of the sea god. Just thinking that I have to die for such a person, I can't accept it. Even if he has talent, it's impossible to take such a person as a successor, right? Bibi Dong, great. After waiting so long, the god position that Tang San will inherit in the future has finally been revealed. I didn't expect it to come from your sea god island, peerless Duluo Bo Saishi. Bibi Dong, I will definitely kill him before Tang San inherits it. Sea god, let's see how you can compare to my Rakshasa god. Chapter 68, Become a god first to lead the way. N.A.N. Runshui desperately supports Tang San. 3 days later, N.A.N. Runshui continued to hunt down Tang San, and she could have killed him. But at the critical moment, that damn sea god intervened again, triggering the power of the sea god within the vast sea cosmic shroud to protect Tang San. Tang San successfully escaped into the ocean, and N.A.N. Runshui stopped chasing. She just waited by the seaside, waiting for Tang San to become a god in return, and then PK. No, are you mentally challenged? Do you have any intelligence at all? Tang San escaped into the ocean, and you just let it go and waited there for him to become a god. Thinking to yourself, oh, Tang San entered the ocean, I probably can't find him. Oh, I'm a fast track god, I probably isn't that awesome, it's normal not to be able to find Tang San. Screw you, no matter how fast track you are, a god is still a god, you are still a level 1 god just like the sea god. Don't you have a skill called Angel Brand? Why didn't you use it on Tang San when you were fighting? Even if Tang San has the sea god's protection, does the sea god, who cannot descend to the lower realm, provide benefits that compare to you, a true level 1 angel god? Good heavens, N.A.N. Runshui simply gave up, didn't care about anything, and just waited there for Tang San, waiting for him to eventually become a god. After becoming the sea god, N.A.N. Runshui fought Tang San, and she started to get scared again. During the battle, Tang San pretended to use Guanyin tears, and N.A.N. Runshui was terrified, she already had trauma. Good heavens, although you are a fast track god, Tang San also just became a god and isn't familiar with his skills yet. Just shouting, Guanyin tears, scares you like this, can you even beat him? Clearly, you are both level 1 gods, but you are afraid before you even fight. Looking at Tang San with a mix of love and fear, it's no wonder you lost. The most infuriating thing is, you know you can't beat Tang San, but you shout, Tang San, just you wait, I'll die with you. And then N.A.N. Runshui just left. Yes, she dropped a few harsh words and just left. No, didn't you want to die with Tang San? You still had the chance to die with him, to perish together, but you didn't do it and just left. My goodness, what exactly do you want to do? Do you want to die together, or are you too scared to keep fighting? If you had really stayed there and fought to the death with Tang San, he would have really died with you. Of course, that is assuming the Asura god and the previous sea god didn't intervene. Now that you've run away, shouting that you'll die with Tang San later, it's already too late. Later on, no matter how hard you fight, you won't be able to hurt Tang San. Time and again, opportunities were missed, time and again, advantages were abandoned. In the end, even if you are truly ready to face death, it's useless. Seeing this, the ending for N.A.N. Runshui is almost set. Who would have thought that even after becoming a god, N.A.N. Runshui could still make mistakes time and again, be foolish time and again, and make the wrong choices time and again. All the female characters, seeing this, were filled with emotion, only feeling disgusted and wanting to vomit. It was truly insane, she was truly brain dead. Bing Bing is polite from now on, I really feel a bit sorry for Bibi Dong for giving birth to such a daughter. Sigh, if N.A.N. Runshui were even slightly like a normal person, their spirit hall would have won long ago. Hot girl, no, why does this N.A.N. Runshui do things halfway every time? Before, the coup failed, and instead of continuing to fight for it, she just left. Now Tang San has escaped, and she doesn't continue the chase, she doesn't even try. Hot girl, you mess around when you have the advantage, and do nothing when you don't. If you can beat a normal person like this, then I must be being targeted for being normal. Calm and composed, I can't understand it. She said she wanted to die with Tang San, but then she ran away. What is that supposed to mean? Are you going to die or not? Oh my, this woman, just expel her from the female ranks, don't embarrass us. The only princess now, it's confirmed, Tang San ended up becoming the sea god. Sigh, I didn't expect that an outsider from another world would become the god of our Duluo continent. Meow meow meow, yeah, it always feels very awkward. No matter what, the sea god was a spirit master who became a god, but Tang San is an outsider after all, it feels like a different race. Most loyal believer of the sea god lord, even I can't understand this at this moment. Are you really going to let such an outsider, a double-standard hypocrite, become your successor? Bibi Dong divine legacies only look at talent, who cares about character? Even if Tang San were a fallen one, he might still be able to obtain a divine legacy. Bibi Dong, a blue silver grass, a clear sky hammer. Which one has even the slightest connection to the sea god or water? In the end, didn't he still become the sea god? Most loyal believer of the sea god sigh, this is the sea god lord's choice, I have no right to interfere. I only hope there will be a normal successor. I hope this Tang San won't embark on the path of the sea god's legacy later. Bibi Dong, don't worry. I will definitely kill Tang San, my disciple, my daughter. They all became such fools in the end because of this animal. Charming fox, kill Tang San. I am an orphan, kill Tang San. Spirit Hall, Pope's Palace. Bibi Dong could no longer control herself and released her spirit, a powerful killing intent constantly diffused from her, impossible to suppress. Now, she couldn't even be bothered to scold Tian Runshui for her stupidity anymore. Her only thought now was to kill Tang San and resolve all karma. Tang San, oh Tang San, I didn't expect you to be favored by two gods. It seems this is the pull of destiny. Perhaps N.A.N and Xiao Shui falling in love with you is also pulled by destiny, otherwise why would everyone revolve around him like this? But even so, I must kill you. Now that the sharp commentator has given a hint, I will definitely be able to change fate. ... Heaven Do Empire Crown Princess Palace. Tian Runshui also turned grief and indignation into fighting spirit, and her heart began to fill with murderous intent toward Tang San. Tang San, as long as I kill you, I will definitely be able to change the ending. And even if you have the protection of fate and the shelter of the gods, and I cannot kill you, I will never repeat the same mistakes. If it really comes to it, I have already thought of a way, I just need to find another man to make me fall in love with him. At the very worst, as long as I don't let you go time and again, you won't be able to become a god. Whether it's good or bad, I have a way to deal with you now, Tang San, just you wait. Saying this, Tian Runshui had already started to prepare, simply packing up her things, and would return to Spirit Hall tonight after the sharp commentary finished. Then she would start the god trial. As long as she became a god before Tang San, it would be foolproof. Chapter 69, In Love with Tang San. 10,000 years later, what are your descendants worth? Meanwhile, the light screen was performing the final wrap-up for Tian Runshui. The final battle was a full month later. That idiot Tian Runshui, she shouted about perishing together with Tang San, but what was the reality? She didn't even look for Tang San for an entire month, and the two sides only fought after that month. In the battle a month later, because Tang San had already figured out Tian Runshui's skills in advance, he didn't give her any chance to perish together. She could only watch as Tang San became stronger and fiercer. Later on, the Spirit Empire's army couldn't even defeat Du Gubo's poison. After all, Du Gubo wasn't great at one-on-one fights, but he was invincible in group battles. One dose of poison and thousands of troops were useless. Tian Runshui wanted to perish together with Tang San, but was blocked by him. To save Tian Runshui, the second elder, fourth elder, and fifth elder all died. Poor second elder, Gold Crocodile Duluo, level 98, who lived and cultivated to level 98 entirely on his own. Gold Crocodile Duluo was nearly the fiercest person among spirit masters who didn't cheat, aside from Tang Chen. Back on Sea God Island, fearless Duluo Bo Saishi had told Tang San and the others that land-based spirit masters without a god trial could only cultivate to level 97 at most, yet Gold Crocodile Duluo had broken this limit. Thinking back on those top-tier spirit masters, Tang Chen cultivated to level 99 on his own. Fearless Duluo Bo Saishi and Qian Daliu relied on god trials. Tang Hao had Tang San help unblock his meridians in the 100,000-year spirit beast sacrifice, and Bibi Dong and Tang San had twin spirits. Only Gold Crocodile Duluo, with a single spirit, cultivated to level 98 and even had a 100,000-year spirit ring. He was practically the top tier among characters who didn't cheat, and how much effort he must have put in. And how good this person was to Tian Runshui. To save her, he blew himself up without a second thought, and the fourth and fifth elders also died protecting her. Tian Runshui, it would be one thing if you were just stupid and liked Tang San, but those elders who loved and cared for you all died because of you. With such stupidity, are you worthy of these elders who genuinely cared for you? Afterwards, Tian Runshui relied on so many grandfathers dying to survive, and continued to flee. At this time, Bibi Dong also became a god, inheriting the Rakshasa god. Although the two couldn't stand each other, they were mother and daughter after all, so Bibi Dong saved Tian Runshui and they left. 3 days later, Tian Runshui and Bibi Dong fought as two gods against two gods. Tang San had the Asura god's light protecting him after all, so in short, they fought for a long time. In the end, Bibi Dong was about to die, and Tian Runshui risked her life to save her. To save Bibi Dong, her god position shattered. Then Tian Runshui was about to die, and Bibi Dong risked her life to save her again. Bibi Dong really died. In the end, Tian Runshui and Uliana took Bibi Dong's body and went into seclusion. Damn it, the most disgusting thing is. Tian Runshui, you acted like you were going to die if you didn't have Tang San, insisting on Tang San. How is it that in the end, 10,000 years later, you, Tian Runshui, have descendants? Didn't you still find a man and get married and have children? Damn, if your grandfather and Gold Crocodile Duluo knew, they wouldn't be able to keep their coffins closed, they'd rush out and kill you. Damn, before, because you liked Tang San, you kept letting him go, which eventually led to their deaths and the destruction of Spirit Hall. In the end, you had children with another man. Don't give me that excuse about wanting to pass down the angel spirit. You yourself kept saying earlier that after your grandfather died, you didn't care about anything else and only wanted to kill Tang San. Oh, so you cared about it later. You damn woman, you were just lonely. When you liked Tang San before, wasn't that just being horny? Since you get lonely so easily, you might as well just give yourself to me. Follow me, and maybe one day I can help you successfully become a god and kill Tang San. Anyway, giving yourself to anyone is the same. You're a woman as stupid as a pig. Even if you offered yourself, I'd have to consider whether it would lower my IQ. Alright, there's nothing more to say. Regarding Tian Runshui, I'm truly speechless when I try to sharply critique her. This kind of woman shouldn't take on any important responsibilities. Instead, she's only suited to be an ordinary love-struck fool, a housewife. Why? Because with that brain of hers, as soon as she tries to do anything serious, disaster strikes and she harms everyone around her. Sharp critique finished. It made me so angry. By now, the sharp critique of that idiot Tian Runshui had finally ended. For Song Yi, this was truly a very unpleasant task, because whenever he really dove into the critique and immersed himself in it, he felt like his intelligence was being insulted. But for the sake of the rewards, he had no choice but to critique. It would be better to critique a villain like N.A.N. Critiquing him carried no burden, only satisfaction. In the comment section, the various female characters also felt a sense of immersion and were all sighing. Bing Bing is polite sigh, the light screen is right. So many people who loved her died because of her. This N.A.N. is better off not doing anything and just being a housewife. Hot girl, although I don't have much political aptitude, I feel like this is a case of, I can do better than her. I think I could do better than N.A.N. Most loyal believer of the sea god, should I be happy or disappointed? In the end, the sea god's successor won, but it was against such a stupid enemy that allowed N.A.N. to win. I don't really like N.A.N. either. BB don't forget it, everything is in the past. Perhaps the light screen is right. This child isn't suited to take on any responsibility. With that brain of hers, whatever she does is bound to fail. BB don't looking at the sharp critic, it seems he actually has some interest. It might be better to let Xiao Shui just follow the sharp critic, perhaps there would be more benefits, and anything would be better than N.A.N. Calm and composed BB Dong, what you said makes sense. Since your daughter is so desperate for a man, she might as well find a better one. Calm and composed, I just sometimes can't understand, are all the women in our Duluo continent this love-struck? Must they find a man to get by? The only princess could it be a curse on us in Duluo continent? Can we women not live without men? If that's the case, we might as well find this sharp critic, though I don't know if he's a man. Meow meow meow, he should be a man, though I don't know if he's old or young. Let's not talk about this so much, it's meaningless. Charming fox Xiao Shui, oh Xiao Shui, you should just come back early and give up on the mission. At this point, everyone, harboring sighs and emotions regarding N.A.N. also unconsciously began to reflect more deeply on themselves. It seemed that from the sharp critique, it could be seen that these connected female characters were all love-struck idiots who might one day become appendages to various men. If that was truly their fate, indeed, they might as well find a more normal man. Since they were destined to be appendages anyway, attaching themselves to someone stronger would be better than a hypocrite like N.A.N., right? Not to mention N.A.N., who, after reading the sharp critique and thinking of the elders who died for her, felt her Tao heart collapse once again. Could it be that she really couldn't accomplish anything? Was she really only suited to listen to others, and if she tried to do anything independently, it would end in failure? Chapter 70 Reward Spirit Ring. Infinite Upgrade. Conceptual Divine Ability. Spirit Hall, inside the Pope's Palace. BB Dong put on the Supreme Pontiff robes again, not caring about anything else. Now that the harsh review is finished, there's no need to waste any more time. Come. She arrived at the main hall of the Supreme Pontiff Palace. The next moment, Yu Guan and Gui Mei appeared simultaneously, kneeling on one knee, extremely respectful. Your Holiness. BB Dong said coldly, immediately head to the Heaven Do Empire and bring N.A.N. back to me. The infiltration plan is cancelled, everyone is to return immediately. Yes, Supreme Pontiff. Although the two were incredibly shocked to hear this, they still nodded in agreement and quickly vanished from the spot to carry out the mission. Heaven Do Empire, Crown Prince's bedchamber. N.A.N. was completely dejected. She had been scolded until she was utterly humiliated, and in her mind, she kept thinking about the words the harsh reviewer had said. With a brain like hers, she might as well find a man to marry sooner rather than later, at least that way, she wouldn't harm her grandfather or those elders in the future. N.A.N. murmured at this moment, perhaps I really am not suited for expanding territory abroad. Perhaps I really don't have any wisdom, and I'm only suited to listen to others. Or perhaps, I really am unable to bear loneliness and am so desperate for a man. Otherwise, why would I like N.A.N. and later give birth to children with other men? Could it be that this is my fate? But even if it is a curse of fate, I cannot continue to harm the interests of Spirit Hall and my grandfather. If fate truly demands that I become a man's vassal, then I will find the most special man. I wonder if the harsh reviewer is a man or a woman. Thinking of this, N.A.N. temporarily set her sights on this mysterious harsh reviewer. Previously, they had thought the harsh reviewer was a god, but now it seemed that this harsh reviewer was also on the Duluo continent and might have even come into contact with many characters, which explained why the emotions were so prominent. If this harsh reviewer wasn't bad and was of the opposite sex, N.A.N. felt that this would surely be better than those men outside, right? Spirit Hall, Juliana's residence. After Juliana finished watching the harsh review of N.A.N., although it was about N.A.N., wasn't she in a similar situation herself? Juliana muttered to herself, pondering. Xiao Shui is like this, I am like this too, and those Shrek women are all the same. Could it be that we women of the Duluo continent really cannot do without men? But even if we are cursed, we shouldn't have to choose those disgusting men, right? N.A.N. is so hypocritical, even though he is powerful, he is disappointing. Most importantly, N.A.N. is the mortal enemy of Spirit Hall. And those other men have insufficient talent and aren't worthy. The harsh reviewer, this harsh reviewer even joked, saying that Xiao Shui might as well just give herself to him. Could he also be a man? If he is of a decent age and has good talent, it seems that, at the very least, this person is better than the likes of N.A.N. Sigh, have the men of the Duluo continent fallen to the point of comparing who is less rotten? This harsh reviewer is slightly less disgusting, which is already better than those males. Juliana shook her head, having more thoughts about the harsh reviewer. Song Yi, who was staying at the Ice and Fire Yin Yang well, sneezed involuntarily. He rubbed his nose and muttered to himself, that shouldn't be. I'm not even afraid of extreme cold or extreme heat now, so why would I be afraid of sneezing? Could someone be cursing me? Whatever, forget about them. I wonder what the reward is this time. Song Yi immediately looked at the light screen in front of him. In the light screen was another ball of light, which contained the reward. At the same time, the content of the reward appeared. Congratulations to the master for completing the task. This harsh review had sufficient impact and extraordinary effects. Issuing reward, Third Divine Nature 20,000 Year Spirit Ring. Rank has not been reached. System compensates. Divine Nature 20,000 Year Spirit Ring. Hiss. Song Yi couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. Does that mean a spirit ring carrying divine force? Even if it's only 20,000 years, if it can really carry divine nature, then the grade will be extremely high and there might even be special effects. Without a second thought, he immediately started absorbing it. His first spirit ring had been strengthened to 1,000 years by the system, and the second spirit ring was one he had obtained himself. For the third spirit ring, having already obtained the 10,000 year mental force skull bone, Song Yi had originally intended to obtain a 10,000 year spirit ring for his third ring. He hadn't expected to be directly granted a third spirit ring with divine nature, it was bound to be powerful. He absorbed it immediately. Because it was a spirit ring granted by the system, there was no resistance within this 10,000 year spirit ring, nor was there any thought of soul shock. Song Yi's absorption was incredibly smooth, and in less than 10 minutes, a 20,000 year spirit ring had merged into Song Yi's body. After absorbing the spirit ring, Song Yi obtained a large amount of information. This spirit ring was indeed extraordinary. This spirit ring was granted by the system. Although it is currently 20,000 years, it can increase its age along with my strength. If I can absorb a 100,000 year spirit ring, it can also become a 100,000 year spirit ring. Great, that's great. And the spirit ability is even more exaggerated. The next moment, Song Yi began to test his third spirit ability. Third spirit ability, Shadow of Life. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Instantly, 3 clones of Song Yi appeared on the spot. These clones were condensed from the purest life force, and each possessed 2/3 of Song Yi's power. Although these clones did not have the ability to think, they possessed Song Yi's combat instincts, and their actual combat power was also very formidable. The Shadow of Life ability creates combat clones based on the number of spirit rings I possess. Each clone possesses 2/3 of my combat power. If I reach 9 rings, I will have 9 combat clones, and if I become a god, I will have 10 clones. And for every additional clone, my mental force will increase by 30%. I am currently at 3 rings, so I can condense 3 clones, and my mental force can be increased by 90%. Thinking of this, Song Yi was almost frightened by this ability. His previous 2 spirit abilities were mainly used for self-enhancement, though of course, he could also condense life force and use the power of his spirit to fight. But this third spirit ability directly increased his mental force, and his life force was passively increased as well, becoming much stronger. And besides the enhancement, there was this mechanism-type divine skill. Song Yi had a feeling, my third spirit ring can strengthen along with my endurance. If it evolves into a 100,000 year spirit ring, I feel that my clones will be even stronger. And my mental force will be increased even more. Right now, I can withstand a 20,000 year spirit ring, which is still the result of my body refining with the 2 great immortal herbs. A 20,000 year spirit ring is the limit that an ordinary person can withstand for their 6th ring. And my physique is not bad, but my rank is insufficient. In the future, I will continue to level up and eat some whale glue or something. Perhaps by the 5th ring, I can withstand a 100,000 year spirit ring. Thinking of this, Song Yi was completely satisfied. Now that he had reached 3 rings, he finally possessed the combat power of a mid to high level spirit master. Chapter 71, Duguyan offering herself. Well, I suppose I can reluctantly accept. In the time that followed, Song Yi remained in the ice and fire yin-yang well, cultivating diligently. A night passed. On the side of Spirit Hall, N.A.N. Shui, along with Porcupinefish Duluo and Snake Lance Duluo, returned to Spirit Hall. N.A.N. and the other female characters connected to the light screen, trying to find a way to reveal N.A.N. Shui's secret to the Imperial family. However, the Imperial family was already in complete chaos because the Crown Prince had suddenly disappeared. N.A.N. and the others were surprised, guessing that N.A.N. Shui must have left early, so they decided not to get involved further. The next day, Song Yi was still at the ice and fire yin-yang well. Du Guyan and Du Gubo came to find him again. Du Gubo took the initiative to speak to Song Yi. You brat, the spirit evolution you gave my Du Guyan was truly well done. Last night, Du Guyan and I explored it in various ways and realized more and more the power of the heavenly poison snake emperor spirit. It can be said that Du Guyan's spirit potential is at least 10s or even hundreds of times greater than mine. It is highly possible for her to reach level 95 or higher in the future. Listening to these words, Du Guyan stayed by Song Yi's side, feeling very shy. Late last night, after finishing her spirit experiments, she had also gone to look at the sharp commentary regarding N.A.N. Shui. Upon seeing that content, Du Guyan was almost scared out of her mind. It turned out the Crown Prince of the Heaven Do Empire was actually a mole for Spirit Hall. Furthermore, after reading the commentary, she associated it with the fact that the female characters of their Duluo continent all seemed cursed, insisting on finding a man to be dependent on, and she was pondering this issue. In the end, Du Guyan reached a conclusion. This Duluo continent must have a problem, which is why most people only know how to fall in love. Now, Du Guyan looked at Song Yi shyly and sincerely, feeling quite nervous. In her heart, she couldn't help but think. After reading the commentary yesterday, I feel more and more that we women of the Duluo continent must find a man. This is a curse of fate. If that is truly the case, I might as well find Song Yi. He has done me a great favor. If it weren't for Song Yi, I wouldn't even be able to survive in the future. And he doesn't have the arrogance of someone from a large sect like N.A.N. His character is also quite good. Perhaps this man is indeed much better than others. Grandfather originally wanted me to serve Song Yi, perhaps I should accept this outcome. And hearing from grandfather, it seems Sword Duluo Chen Shin of the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School also has intentions of connecting Song Yi with N.A.N. It seems I must be more proactive and strive to pull Song Yi to my side, lest he be snatched away by other women. Thinking of this, Du Guyan blushed even more. The only way she could think of to snatch Song Yi over was to use her own body. She wasn't even sure if her body could really win Song Yi over completely. Regardless, Du Guyan decided to give it a try, not just for herself but also for her grandfather. After chatting for a while, Du Gubo simply left. He still needed to continue consolidating his spirit core and try to learn how to skillfully utilize the advantages of the spirit core. In the entire Ice and Fire Yin-Yang well, only Du Guyan and Song Yi remained. Du Guyan was still very shy, even looking at Song Yi with a flushed face, but Song Yi was somewhat puzzled. Wait, you've already drunk my blood, why is your face so flushed from the heat? That shouldn't be happening, right? Du Guyan was stunned upon hearing this. She was in the middle of convincing herself and felt really embarrassed as she said. No, it's not the heat. Song Yi, thank you. If it weren't for you, neither my grandfather nor I would be able to survive. Our lives were both given by you. Not to mention that you also allowed me to possess my current talent. Song Yi waved his hand and said calmly, there's no need for that. To put it nicely, I am willing to be friends with you. To put it bluntly, am I not also trying to win you over, wanting to secure the combat power of a titled Duo like Du Gubo? Song Yi, you are so frank, much better than those hypocritical people. Du Guyan could only sigh upon hearing this. During this time, she had constantly been watching the sharp commentary on the light screen, and the male characters commented on were all very hypocritical. For example, Zhu Zuqing's Dai Mubai, Ning Rongrong's Oscar, and Xiao Wu's Tang San, these men were, without exception, duplicitous and very hypocritical. For a woman, sometimes, if you are obviously indirectly bad, girls might actually like that cool feeling. Bad boys are loved by women, after all. But deceit and hypocrisy are things that are even more unacceptable to women. Therefore, hearing Song Yi directly admit that he just wanted to win over Du Gubo, Du Guyan's affection for Song Yi increased even more. It was truly because of the recent contrast with those male characters that highlighted this. Combined with various factors, Du Guyan already wanted to win over Song Yi, and her heart beat faster, her feelings stirred. Thinking of this, Du Guyan couldn't help but murmur. Song Yi, do you really want to win us over so much? Then, what if I were with you? Wouldn't that make our relationship closer? My grandfather said the same thing before. Speaking of this, Du Guyan immediately lowered her head, her voice becoming quieter. Song Yi heard this and said casually, yes, I am willing to win over your grandfather. But I'm sorry, I don't want to be tied down by a woman. Be with you, you are indeed very beautiful, but it's a pity, what I want is freedom. Then what if? Du Guyan mustered her courage again and said, what if I don't tie you down? We can all see that your talent and those theoretical knowledge can easily change the power structure of the continent. My grandfather also told me I must find a way to win you over. I think, I have nothing, only myself. Song Yi, can you give me a chance? A chance that at least allows me to repay you, and even create an inseparable connection with you. What do you mean? Hearing this, Song Yi finally realized something was wrong. He knew that to Du Guyan and Du Gubo, he had truly provided a life-saving grace and a grace of rebirth. This kind of gratitude, in this kind of feudal society, could be repaid with one's life. If it involved a woman, it was often something like offering one's body in return. But Song Yi absolutely did not want to be tied down for the sake of such beauty. However, Du Guyan said all this, claiming she wouldn't tie him down, yet wanted to use herself to repay him. Damn it, don't tell me it's that kind of thing. Song Yi was really a bit hesitant. After all, in both his past and present life, he hadn't really done anything with a woman. With this suddenly seeming to be the case, Song Yi immediately became nervous. His mouth was dry, and he took a few steps back and questioned, Du Guyan, you don't mean to. Du Guyan saw that he had guessed it, nodded even more shyly, and murmured. Song Yi, this is the only way I can establish a connection with you and repay you. Song Yi, please don't despise me, okay Tilda. As she spoke, Du Guyan had already taken the initiative to step forward and gently. Chapter 72, Crazy Man and Woman, completely claiming Du Guyan. Song Yi, you are so amazing Tilda. Du Guyan Tilda. 1 hour later. Song Yi made a decision, and he muttered to himself, I want to give the goddesses of the world a stable home. Having never been intimate with the opposite sex in 2 lifetimes, today he finally understood what happiness meant. It was certainly incomparable to playing with himself. Although the sensation of playing with himself was similar for a fleeting moment, overall, the multifaceted and multidimensional satisfaction could only be achieved through mutual cooperation. At this moment, Du Guyan nestled in Song Yi's arms. Being such a smart woman, she knew from the look on Song Yi's face that in the future, she would likely not be his only woman. Unlike someone like Ning Rongrong, who had a massive background as a shield, she was quite content as long as she could stay by Song Yi's side. And recalling the madness just now, Du Guyan was completely infatuated with Song Yi. Brother Yi Tilda, from now on, I want to serve you forever. I only ask that you save a spot for me, okay? I know that for someone as outstanding as you, in a world like the Duluo continent, it is impossible for you to only revolve around me. Du Guyan's words were filled with longing, and her delicate, alluring face made Song Yi feel even more affection for her. Song Yi nodded, stroking Du Guyan as he said, you are my first woman. Du Guyan, rest assured. And now that you are my woman, I will give you another boost. What do you mean by giving me a boost? Du Guyan was very confused. Song Yi laughed easily, let your spirit evolve once more. What? Hearing this, Du Guyan was stunned on the spot. Her spirit had already been able to evolve under the effects of the immortal herb, yet it could actually evolve further. Was this even possible? She couldn't believe it and stared blankly at Song Yi. Song Yi explained to her, your spirit is currently the Heaven Poison Serpent Emperor, and if you want to take it a step further, you must transform into a dragon. Nowadays, when it comes to the theory of spirits under the heavens, no one is stronger than me. The method of dragon transformation lies in extracting the dragon clan bloodline and fusing it into the spirit. I can refine a medicinal pill for you to help your spirit fuse with the dragon clan bloodline, and your spirit will naturally be able to upgrade once more. Really, hearing this, Du Guiyan was involuntarily shocked, even somewhat incredulous. But she also reacted and asked with some concern. But Brother Yi, where am I going to extract the dragon clan bloodline from? That's impossible, right? Just finding a dragon clan spirit beast is very difficult. I know someone whose spirit hides the bloodline of the golden sacred dragon, but he is unable to activate it. Song Yi smiled casually. When he said this, the image of that sleazy middle-aged man with a crew cut already appeared in his mind. Du Guiyan asked suspiciously, Brother Yi, who is it? Yu Xiaogang, Song Yi said calmly.